Parliament House, the official home of the Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia, Major General Jeffrey and Mrs. Jeffrey. There are two official residences of the Governor-General, this one and Admiralty House in Sydney. Government House here at Yarralumla has been the official residence of the Governor-General since 1927. The Queen stays here when she visits, as do many other visiting heads of state. Each year, thousands of people take the opportunity to visit the houses during charity open days. General Jeffrey is Australia's 24th Governor-General and was sworn in on the 11th of August 2003. While there is no fixed term, there is an expectation of a 5-year appointment. The office of the Governor-General was established under the Constitution in 1901. The Constitution describes the Governor-General as the Queen's representative, and the Queen appoints the Governor-General on the advice of the Prime Minister of the day. Under our Constitution, the Governor-General exercises a great many powers in his own right. So what does the Governor-General actually do? To give you some idea, each year General Jeffrey delivers approximately 200 speeches, attends some 230 separate community events around Australia, hosts around 7 separate award investiture ceremonies to award honours to Australians from all walks of life, hosts approximately 140 official functions for heads of state, other dignitaries and community groups, and receives around 120 callers, many of whom are representatives of the approximately 180 organisations for which the Governor-General and Mrs. Jeffrey are patrons. Under Australia's system of parliamentary democracy, what is known as the executive power of the Commonwealth is vested in the Queen and is exercised by the Governor-General as her representative. In practice, though, a separate section of the Constitution, Section 61, empowers only the Governor-General to exercise specific powers. In doing so, he acts, in the main, on the advice of the Prime Minister and the Federal Executive Council. The Governor-General fulfills many important roles: constitutional and governmental, community relations, ceremonial, and Commander-in-Chief of the Defence Force. The Governor-General issues writs for new elections. He commissions the Prime Minister and other ministers after elections. The Governor-General presides at meetings of the Federal Executive Council. At those meetings, acting on the advice of the ministers, the Governor-General makes regulations and appointments, including judges, ambassadors to foreign countries, and senior military chiefs and government officials. The Governor-General also gives assent to the legislation passed by both houses of the Parliament. But the constitutional role is not a purely formal one. On occasions, Governor-Generals are obliged to act on their own initiative and to scrutinise matters brought before them to be satisfied that the processes of government are conducted lawfully. In essence, the Governor-General's role is to protect the Constitution and to facilitate the work of Commonwealth Parliament and government. Possibly the most visible role of the Governor-General is to encourage and talk about those things that unite Australia as a nation. The Governor-General travels throughout Australia to participate in important local events and activities where he supports the work of community and volunteer organisations, disadvantaged individuals and groups, and recognises the contribution of all Australians in advancing Australia as a nation. The Governor-General issues congratulatory messages to Australians who achieve significant milestones in their lives, such as 100th birthdays and 50th wedding anniversaries. The Governor-General receives and entertains visiting heads of state and other prominent visitors to Australia, receives credentials of new ambassadors and high commissioners, and as Chancellor of the Order of Australia, approves and presents awards under the Australian Honours System. The Governor-General is the Commander-in-Chief of the Australian Defence Force. In that role, he attends military parades and special occasions such as Anzac Day, presents medals, and visits military establishments. The role of the Governor-General differs from that of a state governor in 3 ways. The Governor-General alone receives the credentials of foreign ambassadors and high commissioners to accredit them to represent their countries in Australia, is Commander-in-Chief of the Australian Defence Force, and is Chancellor of the Order of Australia, Australia's unique system of honours and awards. To learn more about the Governor-General and to follow what General Jeffrey and Mrs. Jeffrey are doing, log on to www.gg.gov.au. There you can read the Governor-General's speeches, see the latest photos of a whole range of events and functions, and have access to a great deal of information on the Vice-Regal role and function.